What is up, everybody? My name is Devani Simon. Thank you for clicking and watching. But wait, first, yes, people. Got a haircut. Got my mustache cleaned off. You know what I'm saying? Got these sideburns. I know I'm looking sexy as fuck. Anyways, so today we're gonna be talking about Melvin Van Peebles' Sweetback's Badasssss song, released in 1971. The film is filled with ritualistic meaning, symbolic meaning, and overall visual imagery that will totally go over your head if you're not well educated in the history of black cinema and, well, black history, including this guy over here. So before I go into my 5 reasons, yes, today I mean 5 reasons why you should watch Melvin Van Peebles' Sweetback's Badasssss song, here is the trailer, starting now.
Got a Sweetback.
Won't bleed me!
Brother, just keep the faith in Beetle. Old Beetle gonna bring you through. Cause this is just a skirmish. You know how the game go, baby. But you keep the faith in me, and you my man. You my favorite man. Can you take it, baby? I don't know where Sweetback is. Come on, boy, talk!
Yes, the good day, fairy godmother. Why, didn't you know that all good dates had fairy godmothers?
Every dollar we make, the Guineas get 20, the police get 40, and Goldbergs get 50. Anybody can tell you that don't add up to $1. That adds up to $1 and a dime.
No, I haven't seen Sweetback.
I haven't seen the cat. I don't want to see him. You just keep leaning and leaning and leaning. Get the off my back, man! I'm clean, man. Look, I'm clean. There's nothing there. Look. When I get pissed off, man, I will throw a not-your-bone nigger fit on you, understand? Leave! Split! Leave, mother!
You offer pretty good news to me, slapping up on some white cops. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna say a Black Ave Maria for you.
Melvin the Block Van Peebles' career ranges multitudes, from him being an American actor, filmmaker, playwright, novelist, and even a music composer. He is most famous for creating the acclaimed film Sweetback's Badasssss song, which opened the door for a new era of black-focused films that explored depth within the struggle of the black community. Melvin Van Peebles is also the father of actor and director Mario Van Peebles, who later created a biopic of his father's experience while creating this movie, rightly and simply titled Badasssss. But instead of listening to this sexy guy over here explain the rest of Melvin's life story, let's let the big man himself explain his own story. Melvin, if you would please, brother.
I was born in Chicago. I was a child prodigy, and I finished college when I was 20 years old. But to finish college, because my parents were poor, I took a course. I didn't know what the course was, but the course meant I was an officer in the Air Force. So when I was 20, I was flying jets, and I did that for a number of years. And then I lived in Mexico, where Mario was born. And then I lived in San Francisco, and I fell in love with, well, I'd always been in love, actually, with cinema.
Released just shy of a few months before the timeless classic Gordon Parks feature, Shaft, back in 1971, Sweetback has a ferocious message riddled with subliminal and symbolic messaging that, if not carefully studied, may very well pass over a person's mind who only would expect a traditional narrative structure. Because of its ultra-daring, zero-political censorship directed to primarily a black audience, the film was only able to play in only 2 theaters across the entire United States. Again, 2 theaters, not 2 states, literally 2 theaters across the entire, however many, 51 states I believe we got in the United States. Listen, don't quiz me, alright? I barely made it out of high school. But after the film became such a hot hit with Van Peebles' loyal audience, more and more theaters began accepting the film during their late night screenings. So, more success for him at the end of the day. Well done, Van Peebles. Well done. Also note, most publicly well-known newspaper distributors refused to release ads for Sweetback because of either its radical intensity or simply because it was another film from a black author. Only the underground newspaper ads were cool with the subject matter, so pretty much the underground was where experimental art was best understood regardless of race or creed. Before the epic R&B band Earth, Wind & Fire released their first album, recommended by his secretary, Van Peebles went to see the band play in Hollywood and talked to them into performing the music he had written for his planned film project, Sweetback. This was the first film ever a filmmaker thought to use a film soundtrack marketed as a selling tool before his oppressive Hollywood system could think to do it first.
So I wrote the song and gave the song the title of the film, so every time they played the song, they were plugging my movie. Duh! Nobody ever thought of it, huh? And that's what I did.
Since at the time Van Peebles had already developed relationships with the local black and hip white DJs, he managed to get his film soundtrack played over and over again across radio stations all over, meaning more marketing plugs, more press, and thusly more attention, which is literally what we filmmakers live off of. We need attention, give us your attention, stop focusing on the freaking Kardashians. But when it came time to paying Earth, Wind & Fire for their musical contributions, groovy old Melvin decided to pay them alright with a blank check. The check later bounced, and to this day the band still hasn't been paid. But I mean, they're worth millions, so I don't really think they're moaning and groaning about it. I mean, hell, Earth, Wind & Fire. Do you remember September? In Oakland back in 1971, Black Panther Party co-founder Huey P. Newton went to see Melvin Van Peebles' Sweetback's Badasssss song shortly after the film's release. What Newton saw had such a profound effect on him that he later devoted an entire issue of the Black Panthers newspaper to Van Peebles' film. Soon afterwards, Huey P. Newton made the film required viewing for every Panther member in every chapter across the country. 100 to 200 party leaders went to see it over a 3-day period. The Fox Theater in Oakland was a popular movie theater where party members were allowed to enter for free admission. Van Peebles was and still is the revolutionary cornerstone when it comes to American black auteur filmmaking. So to him, a no is simply just a yes spelled backwards. Same thing goes for whenever he tries to go up and walk up to a girl and try to ball them on the same night. That man is a living freaking inspiration. My boy Melvin was a player! No Hollywood movie studio would finance this movie with a majorly black cast. So luckily, actor-comedian Bill Cosby stepped in to donate $50,000. Well, not really donate, it's more like he, invested $50,000, and as long as it was returned without any equity, all was safe and good. You remember Bill Cosby, right? Man who enjoyed pudding pops, family jokes, and occasional drugged-out rape. Allegedly, of course I meant. The rest was entirely self-funded by the director's earnings from his previous film, Watermelon Man. But even still, that could only afford Van Peebles with a shoestring budget. And because of this shoestring budget, Van Peebles couldn't afford to hire any stuntmen. So instead, he performed all of his stunts his own self. While filming an unsimulated sex scene, Van Peebles contracted gonorrhea from an actress during the movie's intro, with the same actress simulating sex with Van Peebles' real-life son, Mario Van Peebles. What a cool dad. But don't worry, she didn't actually have sex with his son. Shortly afterwards, Melvin Van Peebles applied to the Directors Guild of America for financial compensation due to him being technically hurt on the job. Directors Guild of America eventually coughed up the dough so that Van Peebles could then reinvest the cash into the project to afford more film stock so that he could continue shooting footage for Sweetback's Badasssss song. Alright everybody, so those were my 5 reasons why I believe you should stop doing whatever the hell it is you're doing right now. Check out Melvin Van Peebles' Sweetback's Badasssss song. Literally, we're only a couple of days from Juneteenth that I am now filming this, and why you should still care since it's no longer Juneteenth, you know. Black history is year-round, not just one day. Anyways, the film, like I said in the beginning, full of visual imagery. It really, I believe, injects you into what it felt like being a black, not only just being black, but being a black man on the run, constantly what it feels like to be on the run. Luckily, I live in the suburbs, so I don't really have to go through that hood shit, but still, nonetheless, there is still oppression that we as black people face on a daily basis. If there's a white person watching this video or the film, thank you for at least caring enough to be at this point in the video and at least being interested enough into checking out the film. I believe you can find it on YouTube, but either way, I suggest buying it or even renting it because whatever capital can go into his pockets, Melvin Van Peebles, really helps us out as black filmmakers, black auteurs, I should say. So thank you again for watching the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that button on the bottom right of the whatever the hell this is frame, and it was a joy to watch this film, to talk about this film. More content is coming out on a weekly basis every Friday, and see you again next week. Catch ya. Peace.